Okay, I know everybody's excited about using their document cameras, so I want to go over a few tips and tricks to make it successful in Class Connect sessions. The first thing you need to do before you use your camera is go right here and it will say camera settings. Now, the one thing you'll notice that it said reconnection failed. Just say okay, because every time you, or just say and cancel, every time you change the setting, it's going to basically kick you out of the class. So once you get it set the first time, then you're good to go. But if you have uploaded the Ziggy camera that we just received, make sure that it is selected as the camera for you to use. Um, Also, I always deselect these because I just don't want other things to appear on the screen necessarily. So deselect those and then you can close. Now, of course, if you try to switch cameras in the middle of the session, it's not going to work and you are going to have to log back in. So make sure that, like I said, you go ahead and do this before you ever start Class Connect sessions. Now I'm going to pause, log back out, and log back in. Okay, so now that my class is ready, I definitely do not want to go up there and change the settings for my camera. Now you can go up here to the tools, and if you want multiple students to be able to use their cameras and you want to set it at maximum simultaneous cameras, you can do that, and it won't mess anything up. But if you try to change which camera you're using, you're going to be kicked out of the room. I don't know a workaround for that, so just trust that it works. I'm going to turn on my video now, and I am going to see if the iPad will turn on. And you can see right now I'm not in a very well lit location, so make sure that if you are using your iPad or showing a book or using manipulatives, that you are in a well lit location. With the iPad it does light up to some degree, and you also can put that glare shield on the document camera. It came in the kit with the document camera so that light won't reflect off of the screen. Now, even though it is lit up, it is very hard to see for students, and so we want to encourage them to drop and drag the webcam screen to the main screen. And I've also attached a PowerPoint to the email with this so that you can show an example of how to do that, the steps of how to do that. And then when students are finished with that, they can just click right here on the X and it will go right back into its spot. But when students are encouraged to drop and drag this onto the screen and resize it, they can still see the whiteboard. So for instance, let's say I'm going to type on the board that we want to build a quadrilateral. And so on my board here, on my geo board, I can then take my rubber bands and I can stretch them to make a quadrilateral. And so students can see both things at the same time. Make sure when you are using your webcam that you do have the microphone on at the same time. I know sometimes we forget that we students can't hear us if we don't have the microphone on. But again, to make this really effective and to really use the document cameras in the right way, we definitely want students to pull it out, make it bigger so they can see what we're doing, and then they can just pop it right back into place. I have made a video for them as well that shows them how to do it. And like I said, once you have the video camera set to the IPEVO, you can turn that lens to face you, you can face it down, you can move the document camera, so there really is no need to use any other camera. If you do need to change cameras for some reason, just make sure you don't do it in the middle of class or you will be kicked out. Thanks, and I hope this helped.